In this video, I'll be showing you why gear does not matter. And the only thing holding you back from making that film is you. Yes, you. Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is T-Saint. I'm a cinematographer, I'm a colorist, and most especially, I am a lazy filmmaker. For the next couple of weeks, I have a series of very fun videos to show you guys. I'll be going through my film. This is one of the scenes from the film. It's called GIDAN DAMBE, and I posted the trailer some months ago. We'll be talking through this film in terms of the lighting, the sound, the color, and everything that we used to achieve it.
Wannan shine gidan dambe. Sansanin jarumai. Sunana Isa, wannan kuma shine labarina.
Ina kuka zo?
Maiduguri, jiya ma da daddare muka zo tare da yayana.
Yaro.
Gobe da sassafe za mu fara training.
Why must I fight?
Wannan wai waye haka ne?
Horo kenan.
We will give him a real taste of Ariwa feast.
Malam.
Now?
Kasi mu ba kuwa dan so please be careful.
Kowanne irin wahala ne. A shirye nake da location.
I challenge you to dambe. Wato zan gaya maka gaskiya kuma zan tabbatar maka cewa
Yanda nake son mace.
Me zan yi da wani?
Karo na farko a rayuwata zan yi faɗa akan abin da na yi imani akai.
Abu ne mai wahala a wajenka.
Ko da zan mutu ne akan hakan. Ban damu ba.
These are the moments where you give me the applause and you clap. I love watching this trailer, and it's because of a lot of reasons, a lot of stories behind this. So this is one of my favorite scenes in the trailer, not in the entire film. One of my favorite things in the trailer, because this scene, it just looks like the way I like to film. There's a lot of texture there, and I'll break this down now. I'll put the link to this particular trailer. You can go there, watch the trailer, and if there's any shot you want me to break down, any shot whatsoever, drop a comment there under the video. Let me know that you would like to see how, just do the time code and tell me you would like to see how I made this particular scene, or how I filmed, or how I color graded this particular scene. So the reason why I love this shot so much is the fact that it is very layered. Even if you are using next to nothing in terms of camera, the camera I used was the Sony A7S2 and one Sony A7 II. And if you guys are familiar with those cameras, they are not the most glamorous cameras, even though the reason why I chose that camera was also because I knew I was going to be filming a lot of night scenes and I wanted something with low light capability. The Sony A7S II, in my opinion, one of the best low light cameras in the market for that affordable price. Okay, I'm not recommending it. I'm not saying you should go out and use your life savings to buy it. I'm just saying that camera is one of the cameras I used a lot when I was really trying to do stuff for cheap, and it really delivered excellent images. Shoot on S-Log 2, S-Log 3, it looks good, no noise, minimal noise even at the worst conditions. So that's why I shot the bulk of the film on, and I used normal lenses. I didn't use any of the Canon Sommerays or the Zanes or the anamorphics. It was pure normal Sigma, Tokina. I can't even remember what lenses I used because they were just the things that were available. So let me just quickly show you what I mean by layering shots. So when you layer shots, you want to look at foreground, midground, and background, and it makes your shot look very dynamic, which is what I love about this frame. So look at this bit. This is the foreground, right? This is kind of close to camera, and these guys are midground. That's where the talent is, and behind us we have here. This is our background. I'm going to clean all that now and just write foreground. My handwriting is horrible. Then this is midground. And back here in out of focus is your background. Okay, now That's how you can layer shots and make sure that you have like that 3D depth. What makes cinematography really interesting is not necessarily your lenses. The lenses play a part, but if you understand framing, if you understand how to stack up shots and layers, then you would have shots that would be more interesting. And throughout this film, I'll be showing you more bits and stuff where I really use this technique to really make the film good. I directed this film, wrote the film, produced it. I was a DOP. I had 2 cinematographers that worked with me, so I didn't undo the cameras intentionally because I had too much to undo. I color graded, I edited, I did the sound design, I did the audio mix. All my days, I did everything on this film just because I wanted to. Maybe not really, just because it was a project that I think for me that's another way to learn and really push things, when you just really push yourself to doing stuff by yourself. Okay, so let's break down this thing quickly. Also, you guys have seen the foreground, the midground, and the background. That's what makes this image nice. Now let's look at details of this shot. I don't know if you can see here. Can you see this light here? Yes, that was one of the lights I used for this scene. So what I did was, my gaffer put behind this place, there was a light stand. Because I've not done YouTube for a while, my drawing is now even worse. Okay, just imagine it's a light stand. Let me put the leg. Okay, you can see the leg. If you don't believe it's a light stand, it's up to you, but this is a light stand, okay? And what we did was we backlit this guy, okay? We put backlight on him. We didn't light him from here. Some people would have put their lights from the front and blast light on them. The shot will become flat if we had done that. Because like, if you guys are, if you are an OG on this channel, you know that I'm very big on filming on the dark side. You know, keep your camera on the dark side and let your light come from the other side facing the camera. So if this is your camera, the person is here, your light wants to come from here. You don't want to light from where your camera is. So don't put your camera here. For example, right now, I'm talking to you guys.
Didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you. Go get out. So sorry guys. So for example, I'm here talking to this light is here. I mean, the camera is facing me right now and the light is coming from there, but that's because it's YouTube. But even at that, there should be a fair amount of darkness around here to my face that creates that shape. If you don't have that, you know, difference from light to darkness, then you won't have shape. You won't have shape and your shot will look very flat. Flat means two-dimensional. What we're trying to create is shape. And the way the world is, we see everything in light and darkness. I'm not trying to be religious now, but there's light and there's darkness. There's bright, there's dark, there's light, there's, you know, good. If you look at this, for example, light is coming here, is dark over here. This is kind of flat lighting because camera is pointing at where the light is coming from, but because it's YouTube, that's okay. But for film, you want to do it differently. For film, you most times, unless you're doing beauty, you want the skin to be flawless. But for drama, for things that you cinematic, I would advise you do it this way instead. And if you can look at this guy's face, if you look around here, you can see the lights here. That's the light creating shape. But the light now falls into darkness around here, okay? Falls into darkness. You can see the lights here on his tiny muscles. It's not like I've got any, but yeah. And you can see how the light is just really creating that nice, almost silhouette, but not silhouette. Now, how did I expose this shot to not make it, you know, too silhouetted? Because that's the trick when you have to shoot against, like, you know, the sun, you know, the clouds like this. So what I did on this shoot is I would frame up, I would look at the shot and make sure I set the exposure, then my cinematographers will operate the camera because I wanted to have that control over the image because I knew the cameras better and I wanted to make sure that even though I was filming with like low equipment, my images look good. So here I was going for like a mini silhouette, but not so dark that we don't see details because this is a crucial scene in the film. So I used this as my backdrop. So that's like lights coming on them, lights against dark. So this light is what is kicking here. We could have also used a reflector, but there was no direct sunlight coming, so we didn't do any reflector. We just put, I think it was a 300D light, aperture 300D, and we just used that to backlight him. There was nothing else that we did other than that. That was I exposed for the sky. One other trick when you are shooting exterior is always prioritize the things you don't have control over. Okay? Let that sink in. The things you do not have control over. I set the exposure for this place I made sure that the sky wasn't too exposed. If I had a bounce, I would have even brought the sky down more and put some light on them, just to bring back the details on them, but I didn't do that. So I just played in between. I made sure my sky wasn't too bright. I had some details. You can see it from the shot. You can see that you have some clouds in it. You can see this element of it. You don't want it overexposed. And then I put these other lights here to just, separate them a bit so that they don't look lost against the background. Just for context, for people that might not be aware, Dambe is traditional northern boxing, and it is popular in the northern side of Nigeria, even though there's like an influence of it in Lagos and other big cities in Nigeria now. But it's originally like a northern thing where the fighters tie one hand and then they use the other one as a spear and then they box each other. No part of your body can touch the ground. Once it touches the ground or you fall to the ground, you have lost. It's very brutal. And I started getting interested in this while I was doing some work in the northern side of Nigeria, which is what I was going to do. My first point is you need to be exposed. You need to be able to like try different things as a filmmaker and not just write drama, everything, boy loves girl, or something happens in an explosive place, or maybe helicopters, or you want to write something like Tom Cruise. You might not be able to achieve it. This was more of an ambitious project, I'll be honest, but because I wrote a story around a world that already exists, it was technically easy for me to achieve it, because all I needed to do was to go into those spaces and shoot in already made locations. This location exists. This entire arena is where we spend the bulk of our time. We shot in and around this community and we filmed everything. This was the same community that we shot in, everything that we filmed was around the community. These were like some of their food stores, we did everything there. This was everything around the community. So that solved logistics of production design. I mean, we did a couple of things to like just make the shot look like, for example, these things that you can see here. I think my production designer puts these things there just for it to have some little textures. In terms of costume, we got these things locally from there, these things that we put on their neck. It was just fairly easy. This armband, for example, is something that is common with the fighters there. We went there, we saw it was cheap. We just bought some, put it on our actors' hands, and we're able to like fit into the environment. One, because we didn't go with big gear. If we had gone with like Arri Alexas and stuff, you guys that know how to film in Nigeria, you understand what would have happened, would have had to pay through our nose. So this is a layered shot also. It's actually very layered. And it's layered because there's a lot of textures going on and the lighting is just beautiful. So I'll show you what we kind of did, or just tell you what we kind of did with this. Most of the time when I'm lighting, I like my source of light coming from one place. Most times, I like it coming from one direction. And then I can just pepper stuff around with other things, So the main source of light in this shot is from here. I'm going to draw a C-stand. Just try to draw a C-stand. I think it gets worse every time I draw, but that's okay. You forgive me, guys. I've been away for a minute, so I don't remember how to even do these things on YouTube anymore. So we put the light behind this building, and then we, I think it was a 2K light, yes. I can't remember now, it's been 2021, so it's been a minute. So we kept this light here and we just, is it shone or shined? We shined it. We shone it through this texture, okay? And that's the light you are seeing that's coming here. We just wanted something like a moonlight, a big source of moonlight to just really shine on this building. So sometimes I don't light people's faces intentionally. I light the space and I let them fall into that space. And if they are too dark, maybe I want to see some elements in their face, I'll put something there, maybe a practical, to just really be another source or a motivating source of light for that person. Sometimes I'll probably put a bounce just to lift their shadows. The reason being that I want it to be very believable. Like if there's a light source coming from here, let's say it's a street lamp or something, or whatever it is that is shining here, this is what it will look like. It will shine through and they won't care who is under it, if they're bright or not. So I try to emulate that when I'm filming. So if you can see, that's the light that's coming from here. It's just one light coming down this way on this wall, and I'm unapologetic about the fact that I intentionally made this bright because then it draws your eye, and because this place is a white surface, right, it kind of does the same thing I would have done with a bounce. It bounces the light back to his face. This is the villain of the film. We don't want him too bright. We don't want him looking like he's going to a beauty commercial or is a diva. We want him to look as mean as possible. So that's how we lit this in this way. This light is also what is giving us this backlight around his head, and just giving us that very pleasing backlight, and the entire shot just looks really, really nice. We also add a little bit of smoke in the atmosphere before we pressed record. We add a little bit of smoke here just to make sure that we can see the light rays, and thankfully it was raining on the day, also was drizzling, so that also added texture to the film. It's not just pitch black. You can see some of the rain particles here. I think I cranked down my shutter speed a little bit so I can see more of the rain particles when I was shooting that. My job is to look at my frame through my phone. I use the app called Cartridge. If you've not used that before, I made a video about it on my channel. Look at the frame, and then I said, okay, I'm going to block this person to walk from here to here. Was a lot of cheating, if you know what I mean. You cheat your character, you make them look like they are going to somewhere. Fun fact, this is somebody's house, right? This guy just came to the door like he was going to enter. That's not his house, you know. So the person was even sleeping, because we were filming this around 2 a.m. The person was sleeping. All we did was for him to walk from here to here, pretend he's going to go into that place. Cut, done. So that's how you can make low budget films, and people would think that these films, I mean, it will look, if I didn't tell you this, you wouldn't know, because this cuts to another scene that was his interior. So this was another scene that was similar to the one I showed you before with the villain, and it was the same similar lighting technique, was basically repeated, the same style. So the light is somewhere around there. You can see the edge around here, and it's coming this way, okay? It was behind the building, and we're shining it this way. It was hitting this wall and doing what again? Coming back and filling up their faces, okay? That's what we did. Simple. One light, blast down, light this place so that we don't have darkness. If you guys know me, I love silhouettes. I really love shooting silhouettes. I like to experiment with silhouettes. One of my go-to for night scenes, because I just enjoy the way silhouettes look. So that's about it for this particular video. I just wanted to take you through the trailer and show you what is to come for the next few videos on this channel. I'll be breaking down some scenes. I'll be breaking down even some of the scenes that I know on this trailer. If I get a lot of requests for people interested in this particular project, I'll be showing you how I overcame sound issues. Sound was one of the major issues that we faced, but with AI and a couple of sound mixing techniques that I've got, I was able to make this sound so clean that the sound record this was amazed. It was like, nope, that's not the sound I recorded. And I'll be showing you all these processes over the next few weeks. I know that you guys are wondering where I've been. Thank you very much for checking on me. I've seen your messages on Instagram. People have come to my comment section. People are saying, where have you been, T-Saint? We miss your videos. I've really seen a lot of people come to check on me like friends. It feels like we've got this community here, and I love it. That's why I started YouTube in the first place. In December, when I started posting these videos, I made a couple of videos down for you guys, but then I started a second job, and the job was a bit demanding, because I needed to upskill and grow a department, and so it took some months for me to be able to find the right energy, build inspiration, motivation for the team in terms of showing lighting, cinematography and stuff like that. Now that the team is in a better place, I'm back to YouTube to serve you guys. I'm very glad that you guys have stuck with me all through the time that I've been away. You've been on this channel, dropping comments, sending your love, being on my Instagram. I really do appreciate that, and that's why I'm here. A couple of good things are coming your way. I'm working on a couple of early tiers that I'll be sharing with you guys in the coming days, and I'm sure that will satisfy all your needs, all your questions, and I'm always there to be that guy to listen to your challenges, to help you through color grading, lighting and cinematography, especially for dark skin tones. My name is T-Saint. It's always lovely to do this. I've missed this so much. I'm so glad that I'm here to talk to you again, and I've missed you. I've missed your comments, so I'll be looking forward to reading your comments and chatting with you in my comment section. Don't stop coloring. Be an intentional filmmaker. Do not be lazy like I am. Take care of yourself, and see you in the next one. Bye.